I hate when people start their videos with an over dramatic sigh, but this situation definitely requires that. The title, it is not a clickbait, it is real. I really got banned from the Expo. As majority of you are probably already aware of, I've been mentioning it for last month, maybe even more. Last Saturday, I have been to an expo in Hamm. The name of the expo is Terraristika, and it is one of the biggest exotic animal expos in Europe and maybe even in the world. And I was super hyped to go there. It was basically one of my bigger wishes to do, because I've been hearing about that expo for such a long time and I always wanted to visit it. But the only problem is it is really far away from here. 14-hour drive to be more precise. So this Saturday I finally managed to go there. The expo was amazing, it was huge, there were a ton of people, ton of stands, big crowd and everything, and I had a blast. I really wanted, this was supposed to be super exciting video, because this was basically a dream come true. And not only that, I have received a bunch of stuff from all of you guys coming over there, especially so many monsters and all of them full. And even though I made the decision for myself that I will be not getting any more animals for quite a while now, but it seems like that is impossible for me when I go to the places like that, because all of this I received that, and some of these animals are something that I wanted to have for such a long time, you know. Okay, as I said, this was supposed to be an exciting video where I will talk about the expo, how awesome it is, and show you all the stuff and all the people that I met and everything. But I woke up to one interesting message, or I don't know how even to say that. Let me just read it exactly, because yeah, the situation is, you will understand why. The message is from the organizer of the event, and it goes, it's a shame you lied to me. You said you were private, but you have a shop. I'm banning you from the Hamm show. Yeah, just like that. The signing up process goes like this. You call the guy at certain time and you ask for the reservation. You give him your exhibitor ID number, or in case this is your first time coming there, as it was for me, you tell him what you want to exhibit at your stand. After that, you wait for a reservation confirmation that will come through the mail, and in that you get the receipt to pay for the reservation. And the price for the table was 140 something euros, so I paid that. But on the letter it says that my status was commercial, and underneath it says that you need to, if that information is not correct, you need to let them know. And since I'm coming to the show as a private person, I still don't sell fully assembled enclosures through my shop, and I'm not able to provide my customers an invoice for that. I thought that that doesn't make me a company, that makes me a private exhibitor, and therefore I sent him mail sending the confirmation of my payment, and also saying that I'm actually private and not commercial, because I thought that I'm private and not commercial because I cannot write the invoice. That is my logic behind that. And that is basically it. Later I found out that a private exhibitor pays 65-ish euros for the table, while company pays 140 something euros. But since I already paid 140 euros, I was like, whatever, okay. I didn't really know how it goes, and I didn't ask for a refund or anything like that. So fast forward to the expo. Everything is great. Ton of people came. I had no idea. I know that I have bigger audience in Germany than in Hungary or Slovenia, the expos where I've been selling my enclosures. I know that I have more followers over there, but I didn't really expect that many people will come. So as soon as the expo starts, a crowd of people formed around my table, and I was basically swarmed with people waiting to talk to me and to buy the enclosures, and of course take selfies, which later I found out that is not okay, that is prohibited to take pictures of the expo, although I thought that selfie doesn't qualify as taking picture of an actual expo or video. The security approached me and told me that I'm not allowed to do that, and I was like, okay, not a problem. They even allowed me to take one final picture with everyone that was currently around my table. I took that picture in front of that security guys, and they had nothing against it. The only real problem was, since there was a big crowd around my table, they were basically blocking all the neighboring tables, and and none of the passing visitors could come and approach them. I mean, they could technically approach through the crowd, but probably most didn't even bother and just passed right through. Oh, sorry, and they just passed right through. So that was definitely the issue there, but I couldn't really do anything at that point because great majority of those they came actually bought something from me. So they were customers. They didn't come just to take a picture and talk with me. They were actually actively buying stuff. So yeah, the expo went awesome. I thought nothing much about it. We packed and we head home. Another 13 hours drive, and that was really brutal. We were so exhausting. No, I went there with my roach guy. If you were following the Instagram and Facebook stories, then you know how it went. But we were super tired, and as soon as I get home, I lay straight to bed, and that was it. And then I woke up to that message. And not only message on the Facebook, I also received 2 emails from the same guy, while he states that he does not reply to emails. But in this case, he cared enough to send an email, which was really odd, but whatever. Okay, so since that happened, when I read that message, I was really bummed about it, and I don't understand why if there was a problem or misunderstanding, why they didn't simply come to my table and clarify the situation. I really don't understand sending the message next day. It's kind of rude and unprofessional. But regardless, I sent my reply trying to explain why I sign up as private and not a company, and this is my response. I'm not sure why I think that, but I don't have a shop for enclosures and I'm not selling them as a business. I cannot give an invoice to customers, and I thought that's what's considered being a business. The Dark Den is my YouTube channel and the brand, and regardless of that, I paid the 142 euros price for the table, which is the price for business from what I understand. I didn't even ask for a refund or anything. It saddens me that if there was a problem, why no one from organization or you didn't come to and ask for clarification, but just send me a message like this. It is very unprofessional. But it is your show and I will respect your decision. I just want you to know that I didn't lie. I just hope this is not a punishment for the crowd of people around my table. I can only apologize about that. I never expected that so many people will come to Expo to see me and buy my enclosures. And that is the reply that I sent to him. You can see the screenshot and everything. I really thought that it will clarify the situation and everything will, even if I stay banned, I mean, whatever, it is his show, but I thought that it will end on that message, but it didn't. It only got worse, like a ton of worse. After my message, the guy posted a post on his Expo Facebook profile that goes something like this. You know that this is Google Translate from German to English, so I'm pretty sure that some things get lost, but you will get the overall sense of what he wrote. An exhibitor at the last stock exchange lied to us whether he is private or commercial. He only sells his private things, not from his store. Getting our letter as commercial, his reply, it is worded kind of weird, but I'm pretty sure that's because of the translation. This is exactly what I wrote in the email. I attached the PDF of payment confirmation for my reservation. I also need to mention that my status is private, but in the letter I received it is written that I'm commercial. Then he continues. Ergo, since I don't like being lied to, I inform him that this was his last performance in Hamm. His answer is in accordance with the meaning. I think that here he is stating how he thinks a YouTuber behaves. I don't know. Since he is a famous YouTuber, idol dancer or whatever, he is not sure if his customers will forgive me if he is not allowed to come anymore. And then he quoted what I actually wrote, because you have seen the message that I wrote to him. It is nothing even remotely close to what he's basically here. He is saying that he interpreted my message as I was threatening him with my audience and I was asking for some special treatment or something, or I don't know, and he even called me the aisle dancer, probably because I was standing in front of my table so I can talk with people and take pictures at first. But so that's why I'm probably an aisle dancer or whatever. In case at start you didn't understand why I publicly sharing the messages that I wrote to him, this is the reason why. He already shared part of the conversation, but intentionally leaving out the entire conversation. So I just want everything to be transparent. Then you can judge the whole situation by yourself. And he continues, for 28 years now, the Terra family has been meeting in Hamm, and then an important, confused person still thinks he can play perle. I don't know what that means. Probably some shenanigans. If you lie once, you don't believe him. Just hope that he doesn't lie to his customers. I really don't get it why the guy got such a big beef with me and he didn't even approach me on his expo. I'm confused because this doesn't make any sense. Because if in reality the only problem was that I said that I'm private and not business, then this whole thing would end in just like 20 seconds. Let me show you how the conversation would go if there was a normal organization over there. Hello, excuse me. Can I talk for you for a second? Yeah, sure, what's up? Here it says that you're registered as a private exhibitor, but from what I can see, you are actually a business exhibitor. Is that correct? I thought that because I don't sell these enclosures as a business, but as a private person, and I cannot give my customers an invoice, then I am a private exhibitor. No, is that not correct? No, that's not how it goes. Since you got the shop, obviously, then you are a business, regardless of whatever. Ooh, okay, I really didn't know. What can we do about it now? Well, since private tables are 60 euros and commercial tables are 140, you will need to pay the difference in the price. Ooh, but I already paid the 140 euros for the table initially. I can show you the transaction right here. Oh, really? Show me, please. Here you see. This is the confirmation of transaction. Yeah. Okay. Then I will just change your status to a business, and from now on, if you come next time, just remember that. Okay. Sorry about it. Cheers. It's that simple. That's how normal humans communicate, or professional organizers do their business, and not like sending up passive aggressive messages and slandering person on the public posting parts of conversation and calling him names, or everything was so unnecessary, regardless of if I did a mistake or not, and regardless of the misunderstanding. This should have stayed private, and I would never make a video about it or anything. I would just take, okay, you don't like how the things transpired, it is your show, your rules, and I will respect that. Basically, that's what I wrote in the message. And this is his reply to my message. So after he made the post, or maybe in between, I don't know, he sent me this. Thank you for your message, but rest assured that you are not as important as you think you are. From where he is drawing that conclusions, I really don't understand. As I somehow insulted him on the personal level, but you have seen the entire conversation. Then he quoted my email and said, it's not about the money, it's about honesty. And I explained why, I honestly explained why I registered as private and not commercial. Simple like that. In addition, nobody allowed you to take photos or stand as a model at Terraristika. Everything has been said from my side, the money doesn't matter, but whoever lies doesn't belong with us. Have a nice life. How could I know that I need a special permission to talk to people and give them selfies? I don't understand how a person can know that, or what. I intentionally didn't want to mention anything when I was doing a reservation. I didn't mention anything that I'm known in the Tarantula community, or that I have a YouTube channel, because I didn't want to ask. I didn't want that it seems that I want some special treatment or anything. That's why I never even mentioned it. But for some reason, he just assumes that since I'm a YouTuber, even though I said nothing, he assumes that I feel like a special diva, or, I mean, you can see it from what he's writing. And then my reply. As I already wrote, I didn't lie. I thought that because I'm not selling enclosures as company and cannot give invoice to customers, I'm considered private. If I made a mistake, I also apologize for that. The only logic why someone would intentionally lie is not to pay the full price. And I paid the full price regardless, so I don't understand why you are so convinced that I lied. But the fact that you posted all this public is shocking to me. I don't consider myself important at all. I didn't mention that I'm publicly known because I didn't want to ask for any special treatment, and I really didn't expect that many people will come to my table. I stopped taking pictures with people as soon as security informed me about it. So all I can say is I had an amazing time at your show, and you have a really nice thing going on there, but unfortunately the way you handled this situation is unprofessional, and regardless of being banned or not, I have no wish to come again. So yeah, I was still confused, and I thought everything seemed like one big bad joke or something, because that is now how adult person would react, especially not someone who is apparently so capable to have such an amazing show and to keep it together for such a long time and be so well known, how then you behave like that? It is crazy to me. And yeah, of course, the comments on that post that he posted were actually really interesting, because basically no one agreed with him. Even the one that don't even know who I am or what I do were confused by the whole situation, because his post didn't make any sense, which means that the post is not weird on English because of translation, but actually other people were saying that the things that he is saying and how he is drawing conclusions, that it doesn't make any sense. So after like 50-ish comments or whatever, he then maybe realized that maybe he's not fully in the right or something, because then he sent me this message. I mentioned before that it's not about the money. It may also be that there is a misunderstanding. And I never said your name, but from my point of view, you lied. He never said my name, but immediately in the comments you could see a Dark Dan question mark. Is that about Dark Dan? And people realized immediately about who he is talking. So even though he didn't mention me directly, it was obvious and people knew. So now you think it ends here, right? There is no possible way for the situation to get worse, right? No possible way. Well, you're wrong, because it got worse. You remember the picture that I said that I took with everyone that was around my table at that point when security informed me that I'm not allowed to take any more selfies. Before we took that picture, I said to security guys that, okay, since they're not allowed to take any more selfies, we will just quickly take one snap of everybody and I will just send them. And they also didn't mind. No one said no or anything. I even asked one security guard if he could take the picture, but he was like, no, I cannot do that, because you know. And I was okay, someone else will. Naturally, I posted that picture on Facebook and Instagram, therefore people can download it and take it for themselves. And after it, I received another message from our organizer guy. In order to avoid further problems, I would like to point out that filming and photography is forbidden on the Terraristika. In case of unauthorized publications, we reserve the right to recourse. I had to Google what recourse means, but it basically means something like they can sue me if I post any footage from the expo. I'm not really sure if that was because of the picture I posted or if it was because he's now afraid that I will make a video showing the Hamm or something, but that was the reason why I deleted the photo, and I wrote the post that I was forced to delete the photo. I don't want to get sued because of this stupid shit. And we are still not done. I still have one more thing to say. He made another post on his Facebook page. So one more time, short and concise for everyone, and then the topic is over. Point 1, I didn't put no name in the game. As I said, even though he didn't, it was still obvious, and it doesn't really matter that he didn't. Just like now, I'm not mentioning anyone in specific, but you all know who am I talking about. Filming and photography is forbidden on Terraristik. It translates terroristic for some reason, but it is Terraristik, the name of the expo. We already closed our eyes on Saturday, otherwise the referral would have taken place much earlier. I guess he means that they didn't throw me outside because of taking selfies with people. And no, they didn't close their eyes since security informed me that I'm not allowed to do that. And I didn't take any picture after that. I have no problem with YouTubers. I have no idea why he even wrote that, because he never mentioned anything about, but I guess someone in the comments were saying something like that maybe he's like that because I'm YouTuber. But obviously from everything he wrote and the way he worded things, obviously I think that's maybe the main problem that he had, that I have a following or something and he doesn't understand why or whatever, and he was annoyed that there was a lot of people over there for me. Even though this is such a weird mindset, because all of those people that came, all of you that came to the show because of me, or that came to the show regardless that I was there but just wanted to come to the show and come to visit me, all of you are paid the ticket. Great majority of you that came, I noticed that you are carrying bag with tarantulas that you bought, with other animals that you bought. So he's basically taking a piece on his own customers, on all of you that came there. He basically referred to all of you as my followers, and that's it. You are nothing else to him. Point 4, once again terrorism, but it's Terraristik, is a breeders meeting and not a circus. That's what I'm talking about. He called what was happening in front of my table was a circus to him. You could have taken the selfies outside without disturbing the others. Yes, I could have, but the thing is, 95% of the people that took a selfie with me also bought something on the table, also came there to get an enclosure. So it is not that people were coming to me just to talk and take selfies. They were all paying customers, and even if they weren't, they all paid 15 euros, or I think that entry ticket is 15 euros, which is such a hefty price. They all paid for that, and all of them, even though they not buy anything else, they deserve to come to me and talk to me. It's simple like that. They are paying customers, just like they are to me. That's how they are to the expo, the actual expo. This all just sounds like one big gatekeeping and we breeders or something. I don't know. It's huge ego trip to me. It seems like a huge ego trip to me. You could have asked for permission beforehand. Permission for what? I never had a case on any expo that the selfies are not allowed. But there's a saying that just because you don't know something, it doesn't automatically makes it right for you to do. I apologize for that, and if I would come again, I would then ask if there is a possibility to maybe arrange something for me. Yeah. I don't like being lied to. Again, I didn't lie. I explained him 2 times or 3 times. At this point, I just think that he doesn't want to see him in the wrong. I think it's all about that, nothing else. I have nothing against Petko either. I don't know him at all. It doesn't seem like you don't have anything against me if you are posting what you are. It doesn't make any sense. Sorry. Point 7, everyone is treated equally in Hamm. So that means that everyone that would make a mistake while taking a reservation would just get immediate ban without anything else. Or maybe if there was not a crowd of people around my table, no one would even notice anything and everything would just go as nothing happened. And sorry, no, but you are not treating everyone equally. Together with me, you are also degrading other people that came there to see me and say hi, to people that many were afraid of spiders and then after watching my videos lost their fear, and now they actually came to the show to get a tarantula, their first spider or something like that, and they are excited about that. But since they are not big time breeders or anything, I guess they are not as important. Yeah, I honestly thought that I will be able to do this video without any additional comments from myself, to just tell you the bare facts, but it's so hard. I cannot, because I feel like I've been wronged so badly, and for reasons I don't really understand, the reasons that are clearly not the ones that are being mentioned. And yeah, you draw your own conclusions from all the messages and all the posts. Ignore what I said in between. And now let's move to the brighter side of this video, the actually important thing in this video, and that is what I received and how was the actual trip and the actual expo. The trip over there was super good, super nice, because we were not tired. We were like full with energy, hyped. The den van was full of enclosures. I was super happy how I prepared the setup for the table, even though now I cannot share the video of the table because I don't want to get sued, but imagine, it was beautiful. We started our trip a day earlier because I arranged a sleepover at a subscriber of mine. Big shout out to Daniel for taking us in and also giving us the tour of his neighborhood. For the first time in my life, I came close to a wind turbine. I was right underneath, and it was a mind-blowing experience how big that thing is. You cannot really feel it from the video or picture. No, you need to come and see it in person to just be like, OMG. And you can actually hear how it's going, like woof, woof. And when you are looking from far, it seems like they are slowly turning, but when you approach it, because how huge it is, you see that it is like actually going super fast. I highly recommend to go and check out if you have a wind turbine nearby. So after like 7 hours of sleep, a good sleep but kind of too short, we woke up at 7:30ish to immediately rush to the expo. It turned out that we were actually kind of late because most of the sellers already set up and got everything prepared. I even found out that you can come day earlier, set up your table, and then everything is ready for the next day when you come. Unfortunately, we didn't do that, and the car was parked pretty far away from the expo, so we need to carry all the stuff. I mean, Roach guy was pulling the weight because I was setting up the table and he was bringing the enclosures and other stuff from the den van. It was quite a task, you know. Then at 10 p.m. the door opened and it was wild. Immediately, crowd of people around me, and from 10 to like 2 or 3, I was swarmed the entire time, and swarmed in a good way. Honestly, I kind of miss that feeling, because last time I had experience like that was way back in 2019, I think, when I was on the Pet Fest in Phoenix. That was the last time, because a year after that I was supposed to go to the BTS, but then, you know, COVID hit and everything was in lockdown, and after that I didn't visit any expos. Later on I came to Terra Plaza in Germany, but as I said, I don't really have a large audience in Hungary, so 5 to 10 people maybe come to meet me at my table, and it is nothing special. But here in Germany, obviously I have a bit bigger following, as there were a ton of people, and I would like to say thanks to all of you that came, and even the ones that didn't buy anything. I appreciate the kind words equally. Now let me show you what I actually got, what I received. As you see, ton of candy, a ton of monster cans. I got some fan art, you see. I also got a bunch of sand for the texture, some 3D printed things, a 3D printed chameleon, or should I say a 3D printed Felix. Some keychains that were actually made by my subscribers with, you see, fangs, tarantula fangs, and also, I believe, if I remember correctly, this is hognose snake, how is it called? Shed skin, yeah, skin. This jumping spider magnet, I believe I got that from Daniel. This sticker that is actually a band from one of my subscribers. And this letter that I didn't actually even open. Let me just quickly check what I got inside. Some sweet drawing, look at this. Very nice, very nice. And a message. Thanks, Jack, I appreciate it. And now the stuff that great majority of you is probably more interested. First of all, in this box, now it is empty, but there were some lateralis roaches and also lateralis eggs, which are actually something that I really needed, because the only thing that I wanted to get on Hamm was lateralis roaches. But since there were people around me all the time, I didn't have time to go and search for them, and by the time everyone left and I could go around, half of the sellers were gone and there were none of the roaches left. So unfortunately I didn't buy any roaches, so this will actually be useful. I will need additional light for this because these are kind of tiny, but would you look at this? This is a true spider. I don't really remember the species, but here is a short, and I actually will be able to Google it because I used to have this a long time ago, but it was all the way back when I just started with the hobby and I wasn't so experienced with everything, so the enclosure of my little buddy kind of dried out, and I think that he died because of that. But the speed of this true spider, it is insane, and I'm really not looking forward to rehouse it. Unfortunately, I have no longer these smaller enclosures. I was selling them on the Expo, but all of them sold out. While these I was selling, I still have some of them left, and I will have enough to do the rehouses. Here on top, you can basically see the legs, but here is another, just like that one. And these two, another true spiders, you can see the mold. The cup is kind of dirty, but this is an awesome species. You will see once we rehouse it in some of the future videos. Yeah, I also have another one here. See, this one is even bigger. Definitely due for a rehouse. And it is so funny how I said that I won't be getting anything. All of this was impossible to refuse. This one was a gift from the guy that got this shop, JD's Tarantula, so you can Google him out and shout out to him. He gave me 2 tarantulas. Even though I said that I don't want to get any, he kind of insisted and I just couldn't say no. But you see, this is harpactira dictator. So another harpactira and another avicularia. Look at this, avicularia variegata, and yeah, it is tiny now, but it will grow just like every other tarantula. It will grow. So thanks, bro. Should I show you now these or these? Let's go with these because you will know these buggers. And I will actually try to open so you can see her better, but this won't be no, I will need to show you like this. She just wept too much, but you see, this is the phidippus regius jumping spider. This is a female, an adult female, and I actually have an adult male here, you see. Oh, I'm so happy. Look at his green fangs, amazing. So I have two of these, two females and two males, actually two females, two males. This one should be an adult, and this one, it says that it is probably one molt before the adulthood, but I will only keep one pair. The other pair is going to the roach guy. So yeah, of course in this video I'm just briefly showing you the spiders, I mean the animals, because these are not spiders, and there will be separate and dedicated videos for jumping spiders, for these, and for these. Don't you worry about it. Yeah, these are not spiders. Look, what is this? These are tailless whip scorpion, and this is actually a male just like this one. But the unfortunate thing is, you know, I have a tailless whip scorpion, female, but this is a different species. Mine is damon diadema, while this one is damon something else. I will write it down when I Google it. Which is so unfortunate because attempting a sexy time with these would be an amazing experience, right? I will keep one, and the other one is going probably to my other friend. Yeah. Okay, last three. This one is quite the something. I received it from two guys. They have a shop called Love for Tarantulas, I think. They gave me actually a pen and it's written, yeah, Love for Tarantulas. They gave me this female, and it is a dwarf species, so it's small. But regardless, it looks amazing. Look at this. It almost looks like a green bottle blue, like tiny green bottle blue, right? Yeah, it is such a cool species, and I wasn't even aware of it. But it's basically a dwarf green bottle blue. I don't really know if it webs like a green bottle blue, but it surely looks like it. The species name is bonnetina tanzeri, and I never even heard for that genus name, so awesome. Big shout out to the guys from Love for Tarantulas. In case you need some tarantulas, feel free to Google them. They have some really cool species, and they are actually importing a bunch of stuff from like Mexico captive bred species. So in case you want to have some brachypelma that is like definitely a pure species, you can talk to them. And the last two spiders are actually mature males that I got. This one right out, you cannot see it. This is Davus pentaloris mature male, and this is Tiltocatl albopilosus mature male, which means haba, sexy time. And not just any sexy time. This Sunday there will be a live sexy time, so make sure to tune in for that. I will probably have a roach guy right there helping me with the chat and everything, and we will hope for a successful sexy times. So we can end the video here. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs it up and comment something. If you want to support this channel more, there's a Patreon page. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. I upload on Monday and sometimes, well, not sometimes, this Sunday live stream. Bye.